My name is Tyler Mudge, and I'm presenting a bipolarizing opinion and analysis of psychopharmacology and treatment of pediatric bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a mental illness that results in intense changes in mood, energy, and attention. While the exact cause is unknown, it is highly theorized to be genetic. According to a 2018 research paper by the Enigma Group, gray matter is significantly lower in the prefrontal areas of bipolar patients, and that is believed to be a significant cause of behavioral issues. Bipolar disorder is consistently co-diagnosed with ADHD, CD, conduct disorder, and depression, which is a primary symptom. Over the last decades, pediatric bipolar disorder diagnoses have been on the rise. According to a 2013 paper by Rajakanan and Associates, bipolar type 1 is significantly overdiagnosed compared to others. It is also commonly paired with co-illness behaviors such as attention issues and behavioral problems. Along with this, there is a rise in second-generation antipsychotics and a drop in mood stabilizers, which will come to be more important when it comes to medication dangers. Medications themselves are quite interesting because you have things like lithium, which is a very common mood stabilizer for bipolar disorder. Then you have things like clozaril and risperidone, which are second-generation antipsychotics and come with a lot of dangers but upsides. And then you have things like depacone, which is actually an anti-epileptic. It was surprised researchers when they found when testing seizure patients that a lot of bipolar patients also saw benefits. Now this comes to why I believe that we are over-medicating uh, pediatric bipolar patients. First, when it comes to antidepressants and antipsychotics, especially the second generation, there's an increased risk of suicide. There's also issues when it comes to muscular formations, which can result in tics and tremors, which is especially significant given that it's shown that pediatric patients, even when taken off these drugs, still show these behaviors. There are also black box warnings, which are very common amongst these. Um, then it comes to the amount of research we have, especially at the peak of our diagnoses. As you can see in 2008, we definitely peaked in that decade, but we've reached above that in our later years. According to a 2012 study by Harrison, there was an increase in non-FDA approved medications, which definitely goes against our research because a lot of these were not being tested as they were not even seen as being efficable. Then comes the criteria area. A lot of issues, especially when it comes to the comorbidities, is that they diagnose bipolar disorder when really the issue might be a learning disability because they see overlap in things like depression and ADHD and conduct disorder, and they go, bipolar disorder shares those. But it might be that a learning disorder is what's really connecting them. Last is therapy. Even mentioned in the documentary and the YouTube lectures, is that therapy is very rarely offered to pediatric patients because it can be very difficult to find a proper doctor and to get parents to go along with it because it might not give immediate results and will be complicated and there's a lot of vulnerability in it. But there are so many types of class and it's seen so much success in adult patients that I believe it should be a primary focus of pediatric patients. Then you have conclusions, which again I state that I think we are over medicating. I think there's a lot of dangers to it. I think there are more non-invasive, one could say, methods to treat things that definitely will show equal to or greater effect, such as therapy.